into a mirror, turned your leaving into blame. Every silence became scripture, every distance drew a line. I kept searching through the wreckage for the floor that must be mine. I wore questions like a prison, I wore answers like a chain. Thought if I could solve the ending, I could finally heal the pain. But the deeper I descended, the less the pieces fit. Cause the wound was never losing you, it was what I made of it. There was a judge inside my chest, a witness on the stand. Every memory gave testimony against who I am. I handed you the scale, then wondered why I swayed. Let your choosing write the story of the value that I made. Every leaving was a verdict, every silence was a sign. I kept asking if I'm worthy, never asking why'd I place my worth in minds that were never mine. Your face, but it had lived here long before. 1,000 little negotiations hidden underneath the floor. If they stay, then I am lovable. If they're pleased, then I belong. Building castles out of outcomes, never knowing I was wrong. So I chased the next approval, fed the hunger, paid the toll. Looking for another witness to confirm what filled my soul. But no amount of being chosen could quiet what remained. A cup with a hole in the bottom can't be filled by summer rain. Then words stepped from the shadows, calm as ancient stone, and asked me one small question: what existed before they? I handed you the scale, then wondered why I swayed. Let your choosing write the story of the value that I made. Every leaving was a verdict, every silence was a sign. I kept asking if I'm worthy, never asking why'd I place my worth in minds that were never mine. I am not the hands that win. I am not the future that another person never meant. I am not the measure, I am not the trial. I am not the evidence collected in a file. I existed before the witness, before the praise, before the loss, before I learned to confuse my value with the cost. Back the scale, let the courtroom disappear. Let the judge lay down the gavel he's been holding all these years. Every leaving tells a story, but not the one I feared. Their departure was a chapter, not the proof of why I'm here. So let the verdict fall to silence, let the measuring unwind. I spent my life asking my reflection to define me. Now I stand where worth was always waiting, and find it was never theirs to give, it was never mine to earn. It was simply what remained when every borrowed fire burned.